said, stay away from Mark.
Oh!
Hello.
Hey, is this Cece?
Yes.
Hi, Cece. How are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Nothing, just on my lunch break.
Nice. Are you familiar with our show?
I've heard you a couple times, I guess.
You heard us a couple times, you guess.
Oh.
Perfect. Yeah.
Why are you guys calling?
A listener emailed us and wanted us to contact you because you recently went on a date with him. Do you remember going out with Mark?
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested. Thanks.
Oh.
That's it?
Jeez.
You don't want to maybe talk more about why or anything else? You're just not into the guy?
No, honestly, I really need to go now anyway, so.
Wait. Cece, what did Mark do that was so bad that you can't even talk to us for just a second? Like I promise, we'll get you off the phone quickly if you have to go somewhere.
I mean, it's just kind of a long story.
Yeah, but it's a long story that everybody wants to hear. Okay, so we talked to Mark a little bit. He told us that you left his place, took a cab home, and he was texting you like, hey, let me know you made it home all right. And he texted you a bunch of times, finally got a response from you the next day that was like, yeah, I made it home. Could sort of tell that you were not exactly pumped about it, and then you won't respond to any of his other messages about going out again.
Yeah.
I mean, you initiated a makeout we even heard about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. She told you that?
I know. We know a lot, Cece. We know a lot.
Oh, my God.
I was really hoping that maybe, you just lost your phone or you fell asleep early.
This is so embarrassing. Something kind of dramatic happened afterwards. It's just, I'm just not going to be able to keep seeing him.
Something dramatic happened afterward? Are you talking about him wondering where you're at and blowing your cell phone up? That's dramatic enough for me that would make me not want to.
I mean, as far as the text messages, that wasn't really his issue. It was more of that I just didn't know how to answer his text messages after the incident.
What?
What do you mean? Like,
He just said that he asked if you made it home okay.
Well, I just didn't know if I could really be in communication with him anymore.
What? Cece, what happened?
Well, so he called me a cab, and when I went down to the cab, I got to the bottom of the stairs of his apartment, and a girl was standing there and told me that she is his girlfriend. I don't know if that's true, if she's just told me she had seen me at the restaurant with him. She knew I'd been in his apartment, to stay away from him, don't ever talk to him, and was basically holding me up against the wall. I mean, she wasn't actually touching me, but just kept moving me towards the wall. I just thought she was going to beat me at some point.
wow.
And, yeah, it was pretty scary, and she ended it with, she just said, stay away from Mark. And I was terrified. I've never encountered anything like that in my life before. So I literally ran to the cab. And I mean, I don't know who that girl is. What if she is his girlfriend? But I mean,
Yeah.
That's psycho.
No matter what,
That's
even if it isn't his girlfriend, he's got a crazy stalker. You don't really want to be messed around, and like you don't want to be in that situation.
It's worse if it's all in her head.
Wouldn't you be curious, Cece, to know if it is his girlfriend or if he's just like some crazy girl?
I mean, I don't know. If it is his girlfriend, then I don't want to talk to him. And if it isn't, and it's some crazy ex, I mean, I still don't want to talk to him because, I mean, maybe she's tracking his phone calls.
Weird.
Maybe she's tracking, I don't know. Like, how did she even know that we were out to eat? I don't know. I'm scared, and I just would rather
You just told me in either situation you wouldn't want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Which is hard for me because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm really sorry. I swear I had no idea about anything about this. This is crazy. It actually sounds really awful. I'm so sorry.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't have a girlfriend.
So then who's outside of your apartment confronting your dates claiming to be your girlfriend?
I'm sure it's this girl, Kim, that I went on a bunch of dates with and is totally crazy and has kind of cyber stalked me, but I had no idea it was to this extent. I mean, this is honestly, like, this is so crazy. Like, I'm so shocked by this.
I mean, I was the one who was shocked. We had a pretty good night. I walked downstairs, and I'm basically attacked, verbally assaulted by some girl. I mean, I don't understand how you couldn't know. I mean, how did she follow us to see where we went to eat? How did she know?
I swear, I've ended it with her at least 2 or 3 months ago. It was after just a couple of dates, and as I said, she cyberstalks me. I know that. Like, she's left weird messages on my Facebook. I had to block her from that, but I haven't seen her in months. So how she knows that we were on the date, the fact that she told you she saw us at the restaurant, and then when she waited outside my house, like, I'm so sorry. I have to figure out what to do about this.
Oh, my God, dude.
This is BS. This is such... Cece, do you believe this dude?
What? What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? That's not his girlfriend, and he's not just making an elaborate lie to make up the fact that it really is his girlfriend?
That's true. I mean, if she knows where he lives, knows everything like that, it sounds like you went on a few dates at least with her, so...
Yeah, but think about this, though. If Mark's going to go do a second date update on the radio, he probably doesn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or he's probably just really dumb, Jubal.
Mark,
are you
the stupidest guy on the planet?
Honestly, I'm not really dumb, and I mean, I'm sitting here just like running through my brain, what if I was Cece, how would I think? And honestly, Cece, I can bring friends. You know, we have a mutual Facebook friend, you know?
Okay.
The fact that I went on like 4 or 5 dates with her, it doesn't mean that she was somebody I dated or they date like crazy weirdos like
So, Mark, you can prove that this girl is not your girlfriend.
Absolutely.
Cece, what if Mark can prove that this girl is not his girlfriend?
This is just too much. Until I know that she is not your girlfriend and that she's like in jail or has a restraining order, or, I mean, dramatic, but I was terrified, so no.
Cece, if you go out with Mark again, we will pay for it. Hey, we'll pay for it. I'll send you out.
$30 night's not worth me possibly being killed. No.
I've got some big friends. They can go along as bodyguards. Maybe we get a police escort. We got a lot of cops to listen to the show. They'll follow you guys around, make sure nobody messes with you. What do you think?
No way.
Mark can prove it to you.
He can prove that she's an ex, but that doesn't mean he can prove that she won't come and follow me to my house.
No kidding. I'm with you, Cece. When you see crazy, just go the other way.
I understand what you're saying. I got to figure this out anyway. Give me a chance to figure this out. I promise you that I will not contact you again unless I can figure out how to prevent this and what the hell's going on. I'm floored right now.
If Mark can get rid of the stalker, then can he have a date with you?
I think it's just time to move on. Thanks, Mark.
Damn it.
That's
Nothing.
Man.
See, that's good.
All right, Mark, I'm sorry you did not get a second date.
Yeah, I got to go figure this out. This is awful.
But he does have one woman that wants him.
So I was going to say, yeah. Don't worry about it, though. Apparently, you have a girlfriend and a whole life ahead of you to enjoy with her. So have fun with that, man.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
You don't want to see him again because he's an angry, sweaty mess.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Ren, please?
This is she.
Hey, Ren, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio program.
I'm sorry. I think you have the wrong number.
No, I'm pretty sure I have the right number, Ren. There's not a whole lot of Rens, and I was given your number by a guy named Adam to call you today.
What?
Yeah. Adam is a listener to our show, and he says he recently went out on a date with you, but you're not calling him back, and he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask why.
How do you know him?
He listens to our radio show. Adam wanted us to call you to ask if he did something wrong on your date or there's a particular reason that you don't want to see him again.
I don't even really know how to respond to this.
I know
Did he talk to you about this?
He did. He told us that you went out for coffee, and he said that he was a little late, and he actually feels bad because he thinks that he may have been a little upset from a traffic incident, and he wasn't very attentive to you on your date.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Is that a pretty accurate description?
Yeah, I would say so. I get this is what you guys do, so I don't mean to be disrespectful at all. I'm just kind of like,
no,
oh my God.
It's fine. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us. We just want to pass along a message to Adam and give him your perspective on the first date.
Yeah, I can talk about that. My experience with Adam was very limited, and I'm not a very confrontational person.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very, very angry, and I think that the first 10 minutes of the time that we very, very first were introduced to each other, it was really just all about this driving experience he had being so frustrated with this other person.
Was he like cussing and stuff when he was explaining it to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was so over the top that I would have need to have left, because I would have done that if it was really, really that bad. If he was.
That's what I was going to ask you, Rin. I was going to ask you if at any point you were scared for your life.
Oh, gosh.
No, I wouldn't say that. It really wasn't like that, but it was pretty intense. Even when he finally went to go get us some coffee, which he did, finally pull himself up to be like, okay, I'm going to go get us some coffee. But
pulls himself together.
Even in that moment when he goes to order the coffee, I can hear him from all the way at the other end of the shop, and he's ordering, and he just sounds aggressive.
So was he like yelling at the barista and stuff like that? I'm just trying to...
I said grande!
I'm picturing him just tearing up this Starbucks or wherever you're at.
No, it really wasn't like that. It wasn't like he was unkind toward the people around him necessarily. It's just the manner in which he was dealing with things. It was just like pent up. You know, when somebody's really upset about something, and even though they are doing something normal, it's in an abnormal way.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the other thing that was tough. It was manifesting in like sweat.
Oh.
He was so mad that he was sweating?
Well, I don't know if he just sweats, if that's a thing, independent of what was going on, but it seemed like it was fueled, or at least like made a lot worse by his emotional space.
Rin, it's called hyperhidrosis. It's just people who can't
serious?
Control their sweat glands. Okay, they sweat a ton. Maybe he has that.
How do you know this?
Yeah,
I've known some people who have had hyperhidrosis.
Yeah, quote, known some people.
So you don't want to see him again because he's an angry, sweaty mess.
It's not just that he was sweating a lot and being angry. He was sweating profusely, like the palms of his hands. There was sweat dripping down him and then collecting like under, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, man boobs, you know?
Oh.
Is Adam taking steroids?
Oh, gosh.
He sweated out his whole shirt?
Like dark, just covered in sweat.
Oh man.
It stains, boob stains?
Yeah, that's bad. If he's pitting out a little bit, that's kind of like, whoa, man, you sweat a lot. But if he actually, his whole shirt was sweated out?
I don't think that's being...
That's what I was concerned about, because I know that when I'm upset, like, I'll sweat a little bit, and that's normal, but it was, whoa, it was so much.
I'd be curious to find out if it's an issue or if it's just his anger that makes him sweat like that. Aren't you curious to at least know?
Honestly, maybe he's a really great person that just had a really bad day, but I just don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
I really don't.
That's cool. Thank you for giving us an answer. I appreciate it. But I really need to find out about this sweat, and that's why I'm glad you're still on the phone, because Adam is also on the phone and heard everything you just said.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Hi, Ren.
Oh, my God. First of all, I'm really, really sorry. Look, this is really... I'm sorry, and then I'm also, like, annoyed to be put in this situation. But I am sorry if you heard things that I said that are unflattering.
Oh, my God. You don't need to feel bad, Ren. Pretty much everything you said is true.
Oh, no.
I mean, I can kind of explain the sweating thing, the anger stuff. The sweating thing, let's start with that.
Point one.
So, I mean, I threw a hoodie and a coat on, and it ended up not being as cold out as I anticipated. By the time I was all pissed off at this guy in front of me, I started sweating in the car because I was blasting the heat, and I was so pissed off I wasn't thinking about it. The coffee shop had the heat on. I, couldn't stop sweating, and I knew I was, and I know that my man boobs were sweating.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was a crappy thing for me to say about man boobs. That was rude. I'm sorry. That was just the first. It was just the easiest.
That's what I think I want you to hear. It's like, I'm not that angry guy. I know I was sweaty. I know I was hot as and I thought if I didn't pay attention to it, you wouldn't mention it. Like, I was so lost in that date, and I didn't know what to do, and I went home and showered right away. I was looking in the mirror, and I literally was mortified by myself because I was really excited about this date, and I never tell friends about going out with anybody, but for some reason I was kind of stoked on you, and I just crashed and burned, and I kind of do that a lot in life, and I just want you to know that I really am sorry, and as far as you and I are concerned, I'd love one more shot, just one more chance to maybe sweat it out with you and
sweat it out. Hey, Ren, would you like to go out with Adam again? I will pay for a second date. We can send you guys to a spin class or something where sweat is supposed to be there. And would you maybe give him another shot to see if he's not so flustered this time? He can do a better job.
Adam, I'm this is awkward, and I just want to say I appreciate you eventually being honest. I think that what I would have preferred is if you could have communicated this to me not on a radio station, because you did contact me and you didn't really ever just come out and say.
I totally get it, Ren. I mean, as crazy as I was there, it's probably crazier that I ended up on the radio with you right now. But I tried calling and texting you, and, you never got back to me. And so, I felt like this was my last option of how I could get a hold of you.
Ren, will you do it? Will you go out with him one more time?
Come on, Ren. We've never had anyone be so sincere.
Will you drive, please? Just so we're safe.
And he's funny.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
One more day. Nice. All right. Ren, thank you for your time. Adam, congratulations. You got your second date, man.
Thank you, guys. Ren, this is going to be great. I promise you. I'll see you soon.
Adam, 2 words before your next date, all right? Gold bond. Okay?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
He's gotten chlamydia 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Monica, please?
Speaking.
Monica, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay, how can I help you?
Do you know who this is?
Some type of a business? I guess, I don't know.
Yes, it is, sort of. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5 radio show.
Okay.
I'm calling you, Monica, because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
And he emailed our show asking if we could get you on the phone to find out why you won't call him back for a second date.
Who are we talking about?
His name is Daryl.
God.
He says that you guys went out and had a few drinks together. He maybe had more than a few drinks. And the last thing he remembers is you helping him get into a cab.
Well, okay, yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. And he says that he's been trying to get a hold of you because he'd love to see you again, but you have not been returning any of his texts or phone calls. That's why we're calling you. We're asking if he did something wrong on the date and you don't want to see him again.
Well, yeah, honestly, guys, I really don't have time to talk about, the worst dates of my life.
Whoa, wow, the worst date of your life. Can you just give us a little bit of information?
I mean, he said some stuff that I just can't get out of my mind, and that just let me know he's not for me.
Monica, do you have a few minutes to just tell us what he said so that we can tell him not to ever do that again to another female?
Yeah.
Okay. We were having drinks. We were bantering back and forth. We were telling stories about, our worst dates and things like that on Tinder. And it kind of turned into a one-up thing, So I would say something and tell him about the guy that, tried to grope my butt. And then he would say something. And then I would go back. And I said one thing, and he told me something that is just disgusting. He told me that he had chlamydia.
What?
How did he get chlamydia?
He told you he currently has chlamydia?
Oh. And not only that, he said he's had it 3 times.
Oh!
Wow.
Was it a confession, or was it he's trying...
3 different times.
Oh, no!
How did that come up? Did he just spit it out like that?
It was really weird. I think the alcohol had him, being a little bit more honest than he wanted to. So, he was telling me, and I told my story, and then he said, since he's been on Tinder, he's gotten chlamydia 3 times.
Oh, wow. All right, Monica.
That's awful.
Hey, completely understandable why you aren't calling him back. and maybe don't want to see him again.
Can't get out of that one.
Yeah, once you tell somebody you have an STD on a first date, usually it doesn't end up very well.
Unless they've got it too. Really.
No wonder she said no to going home to pizza.
Yeah.
It was really weird because, I asked, I said, like, who still has sex without condoms, like in today's day? Who does that? And he said that he got a vasectomy so he can have sex and it would feel better. So he would rather have a disease than have kids.
And he also opened up to you that he had a vasectomy.
Oh, my gosh.
Monica, if you could say one thing to Daryl to help him date better, what would it be?
First, don't lead with that you've had chlamydia 3 times. Like, that's not okay on the first date. And then secondly, just slow your roll. Like, calm down.
Monica, you kind of already just told him that because Daryl is actually on the phone listening.
Listen, I don't remember saying that to you, okay? I just want to move forward with this, and whatever happens in our past is in the past.
Whoa. Slow down. We are moving forward. As soon as I put you in the cab, you move forward from my life.
Just pretend I didn't say that, and I just want to move forward. I don't care what happens in your past. You don't have to tell me everything. I didn't mean to. I don't remember.
Are you serious? Are you out of your mind? Are you really trying to have a future with me when you've already admitted to having chlamydia 3 times?
All I'm saying is there's more to me than you know.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have a legit date.
Like other STDs?
Oh, my gosh, Daryl.
I'm so sorry that, you think that this is going to go any further. I have to be completely honest with you. You're the reason I'm off Tinder to begin with. So I'm over it.
You dropped Tinder after this date?
I'm completely done with it. Like, he was the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. He was like the stamp that closed everything up for me.
Daryl, why would you be so open about that?
I had an empty stomach.
That's not an excuse, Daryl.
Stomach.
Yeah, that stomach is ruining your life, man. It's making you get drunk on first dates. It's making you get chlamydia, all kinds of stuff. Monica, would you like to go out on a second date with Daryl? We will pay for
I
it.
think that I am very secure in my answer and saying hell no.
Yeah.
All right. Daryl, there you go, man. That's your answer. I'm sorry. No second date for you.
Yeah, all right.
Daryl, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, I mean, I know you're not technically okay, but I mean, mentally, are you all right?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll survive.
Are you gonna?
Thanks, guys.
I mean, you realize that telling somebody that you have an STD on a first date could be a turnoff, right?
Yeah.
You sound kind of shocked still.
I realize that, but at least I don't have herpes.
Good point. You got something that can go away with some penicillin or whatever. You know what? I think we can all say that today.
Yeah.
At least we don't have herpes.
It's all about perspective.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Being smart doesn't make you nice. Being hot, though, does. So good for you. You're a good
I
person.
don't have to be nice. I'm good looking.
Hello.
Hey, I was looking for Rick.
Yeah, this is him.
Rick, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5.
I'm doing good. This is a radio station?
Yes. I'm assuming you haven't listened to us.
No.
All right.
Did I win something?
No, you did not win anything, but you do know a friend of mine, and that's why I'm calling you.
Okay.
Her name is Heather, and you met her recently at a bar. She's pretty good looking. You played darts with her?
Yeah. Wait, that's your friend?
Yeah, it's a friend of mine, and she was telling me all about, she was telling me about hanging out with you, and
Still laughing.
No, this is very strange. I mean, you're calling me about a girl I met at a bar playing darts.
yeah, that's because she liked you so much. She, was talking about it, and I was like, well, let's give him a call. Would you call her, and I just, because I know her, would you call her a little absent-minded kind of?
No, I mean, she knows what she's thinking, which is not much, but she knows it.
Come on.
So
I wouldn't call her absent-minded. There's got to be something there.
Rick, is that the reason that you don't want to go out with her or call her back? That you feel like she's...
It was a great time I had with her, and she made me laugh, maybe because she was so ditzy, and And she's beautiful. She's a very good-looking girl. But, you know, I mean, she could even say, like, Barack Obama, and she was calling him, like, Barack Osama or something like that. Like,
Wait a minute. That's not right? Yeah.
Exactly. Now I know why you guys are friends, but, you know.
All right. So you didn't feel like Heather was smart enough to date?
You know, some of the things she said were kind of ditzy, but what I found out later is what really turned me off.
What did you find out?
I have a small bladder, so I have to go pee quite a bit.
Oh,
and
I feel you on that.
every time that I went to the bathroom, she was accepting drinks from every single guy in that bar.
What?
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
And I found that kind of rude that if you're with somebody, you know, not that we were together, but, you know, obviously it's pretty obvious that, you know, she was into me and I was into her, and you would maybe turn them down or, you know, not laughing.
Why would I do that? That's so stupid.
Hey, Rick.
That's not rude. Like, that doesn't even make sense because that's what bars are for.
Rick?
Yeah.
Heather is on the other line.
I got that. Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? Just so you know, another guy that I met is trying to call me on my other line, and I'm not even going to answer it because I want to talk to you.
Oh, lucky you.
Rick.
Listen, first of all, you could even maybe look at it like I saved you money, and third of all, I don't even know, like, I just don't like to be by myself. I have, like, social anxiety issues. So that's why I was talking to people, but so what? That's what bars are for. That's why you go to a bar to have drinks.
Okay, but listen, when you're accepting a drink from a complete stranger, obviously, because all he wants is to get laid, that sends the wrong message out. You know,
You're a complete
and if you're
stranger.
with
I didn't
me,
meet you until
obviously,
then.
You're into me, and you take that drink. You're really telling me, like, okay, well, it's cool to hang out with you, but oh my God, I'm getting all these drinks from every single guy in this bar.
Yeah.
It's so hot. Look at me, yay.
I didn't do that. And when you came back, I gave you all my attention. The entire night, you had my attention, except for when you were in the bathroom. I'm not going to go into the bathroom with you. That's disgusting.
Fair enough, Heather.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Very good point, Heather.
The fact that you don't even understand what I'm saying, it just proves to me that you're just not, you're not all there upstairs.
Oh.
I don't even know what you're trying to say. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound like it's very nice, so you.
I mean, listen, I didn't say I was upset at all.
I sat on anyone's lap or anything while you were in the bathroom.
It did not upset me. It just kind of it was a turn off for me. Not to mention that you didn't even know who the president is.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, what's his name?
Brock.
Hey, Heather. All right, I'm gonna say from a guy's perspective, it is kind of lame when you come back and a girl that you're hanging out with has accepted a drink from another guy, or you think that she's flirting with other dudes while you're there. It really is. It might not seem like it to you because you're like, whatever, guys are giving me free drinks, I'm gonna take it. I would probably take a free drink too, but I can see Rick's point on this.
You just don't take drinks from strangers with somebody else. Period.
I can't help that. I don't control what they do or how good I look because I know I look good.
Okay.
So you know what? It's fine if you don't. I'm not going to beg you to go out with me. Obviously, I can get somebody else. And you know what they say about guys that have tiny bladders anyway. It's not very attractive.
Hey, Heather, I can't let you go there, all right? I have a tiny bladder, too. And even though it might be true, I don't need you pointing that kind of stuff out on the radio. All right? At this point, Rick, I would like to ask you if you'll go out on a second date with Heather. I will pay for it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm sorry, Heather. It's just, you know,
don't be sorry because now I don't want to go out with you. You sound like an awful human being. Just because you're smart doesn't mean that makes you nice. You know what? You went to that bar alone, which means you can't find anybody else.
Hey, Heather,
Yeah.
Heather, you're right. Being smart doesn't make you nice. Being hot, though, does. So good for you. You're a good
I
person.
don't have to be nice. I'm good looking.
That's what I said.
But, you know, I'm kind of glad that I saw that beforehand. I mean, there you go. Thank you, though.
Well, I'm glad too. So have fun at your like going to the bar with your what did you call them? Your compadres every couple nights.
I call them colleagues. Yes.
Whatever. Don't talk to me again if I see you there.
The compadre.
Yeah. And you know what? Next time you get all those drinks, maybe you can give them to me and my friends since you get so many.
I definitely feel that there is a love connection here between you guys.
At least a lust connection.
Yeah, there's something there.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I have to honk out a dirt snake.
No, she did not.
Hello?
Hey, I was looking for Danny.
Yeah, this is Danny.
Danny, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
Good.
I'm calling you today because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they gave us your phone number and asked us to call you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Her name is Amanda. She emailed us and told us about how you picked her up at a Target. She thought that was a really cute move, by the way, and told us a little bit about your date, said that she really liked you, but I guess it's been like 2 weeks now, and you're not returning her phone calls.
Uh-huh.
Would you mind maybe giving us some insight into why it's been 2 weeks and you haven't called Amanda back?
I guess I just can't see myself being in a relationship with her, and that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Is it because of something she did on the date, something she said?
I mean, I didn't get to know her really well, but she was kind of gross on our date.
How is she
gross?
How is she gross?
Just her manners. I'm not sure really like how she was raised, and it was kind of shocking to me.
Wow, I'm very curious now, Danny. Yeah. Because according to her, your date was perfectly normal. She didn't do anything weird. The thing that she did say was strange about your date was how you shook her hand at the end. Is that why you shook her hand? Because you thought she was gross?
Yeah, I needed an exit.
Can you give me one specific thing?
Yeah.
Was she sloppy when she was eating her food? She not put her napkin on her lap? What specifically made you think that she's nasty?
Well, it was going fine, and like halfway through the meal, she grabbed my hand and she leaned over into my ear and whispered, "I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
I have to honk out a dirt snake."
No, she did not say that on the first date. Are you
You're
kidding
lying.
me?
You're lying about that, Danny.
That could not be real.
I swear to God.
And she
What was that
whispered
term again? What was that term again?
Oh, man. She said I have to honk out a dirt snake.
Was she being funny, or was like this a
That's
legit?
what I thought. I thought she was making a joke, and I just said, "Are you serious?" She just said, "No, really, I have to go download a brown load. I'll be back."
Stop it!
She had to have been joking then.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Come on, man. Like
I don't know one girl that would do that seriously.
she had to have been. She had to have been joking with you, Danny.
She was not. She left. She was gone for a few minutes. I mean, at the time, I couldn't eat. I lost my appetite. That's how serious she was being.
What did she say when she got back to the table? Like, she had to have had a smile or been laughing.
Yeah, she had a smile, and she patted her belly, and she said, "It looks like someone dropped the kids off at the pool."
With it.
She's so good.
Oh my gosh. Was your face red?
I didn't know what to say, and she just jumped right back into her meal. And after a few minutes, she noticed, and she thought I didn't like it. She asked me if I didn't like the food, and I said, I just pretended I was feeling sick.
I would have been so grossed out. Like, I've been with my girlfriend like a year and a half now, and I don't even know that she does that still.
Oh my God.
And I don't ever plan on knowing that she does that. So, all right, Danny, I can understand why that would be a turnoff for you.
Yeah, that's why I shook her hand. I needed to get out of there.
All right. Danny, thank you very much for being honest. I'm sorry you had to endure that date.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I'm sorry, too, I guess. Is that all that you guys needed today, or?
Yeah, that's just about everything. I'll let her know. Actually, why don't you let her know what the problem was on the date? Because she's actually listening and on the other line right now.
Oh.
Amanda, did you actually say those things, or is he over-exaggerating?
Yeah, I said those things.
You did?
Amanda!
What? Why?
Women do go to the bathroom, and I like to joke around a lot, and I said it in a joking manner, and I was going to be honest with him, you know?
Okay, so the lines that you used, those were jokes, but you really did have to do what you said you were doing?
Yes.
There's truth in every joke, Jubal.
But I don't know why you're being such a stickler about it. I mean, don't you go to the bathroom?
Yes, I do, but I don't tell people like that. I mean, you could have just said, "I'm going to go to the restroom," or powder your nose, or whatever.
Yeah, say that.
But it wasn't a joke. I had to
Amanda,
Dude, I give it up to you, girl.
Amanda, you don't care at all, huh?
I mean, honestly, would you rather me at the table be like, hey, I got to go
No, I don't think that's what Danny's saying.
No, you could have said, I have to go to the bathroom. To say it that way is if, like, I'm your brother and we're hanging out,
Well, I'm just descriptive. I'm a joking kind of person, and I'm descriptive, and so I have fun.
I will say, I wish I had a little bit more Amanda in me, because I haven't even talked about poop with my husband and we've been married.
Everyone, guys, be open-minded. Everybody does it. It's a part of our human biological, systems. Like, we all go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but we stopped talking like that when we turned 14.
Amanda, you're telling me no other guy you've dated before has had a problem with this?
No, my last boyfriend, he used to come out of the bathroom and we'd high-five.
Are you serious?
I bet we're going to get a ton of people on the text board who want to go out with you for this reason alone,
Probably.
Amanda. I mean, you're blunt and you're open.
Yeah, I'm honest, guys.
Yeah, I guess you're honest. It's a first date. I mean, when you go out on a first date, you're supposed to, be a little more careful with what you say.
But shouldn't you know me for me? Why should I be hiding things?
Danny, you were attracted to her at one point. Couldn't you see the humor in it?
I mean, she whispered in my ear, dirt snake.
All right, good point.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, I would love to ask if you'll go on a second date with Amanda. We will pay for it.
I guess I can see where she's coming from, and it's great that she's so comfortable with herself, but I honestly can't stop thinking about dirt snake.
Okay, so, Amanda.
Listen, that's just me being who I am, and if he's not comfortable with it, then we're just not compatible.
Amanda, I really enjoyed meeting you, kind of, and, good luck.
Oh.
All right, no second date, Amanda. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not sorry, guys. Because not.
Yeah.
And you know what? Thank you for letting us all today learn a new phrase in the second date update.
Seriously.
Download a brown load will now be in my vernacular permanently.
Right,
Thank
and you guys will laugh about it later on.
Yes, we will, Amanda. Man, today's second date update has opened up the floodgates on our text message board at 78592. Texts in like this one. My wife sat on my lap and farted on me on our first date. It was love at first fart. We've been together for 6 years. We crap in front of each other all the time. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. Why are we getting texts like that? Well, because this girl named Amanda wanted to call this dude named Danny and find out why he wasn't calling her back after their date. She couldn't think of any reason why he wouldn't. Everything went great, except at the end of the night, he gave her a handshake. We called Danny, got him on the phone. Turns out that Amanda is very open with her bodily functions and even uses creative verbiage when telling you that she has to go to the bathroom. Things like on a first date, mind you, leaning over to the table going, hey, I'll be back. I got to go download a brown load. Just joking around with the guy about taking a number two, and most people are not comfortable with that. I am one of those people.
Gosh.
Been with my girlfriend about a year and a half now. Don't even know that she does it.
She doesn't.
Prefer
Don't worry,
to
Jubal, she doesn't.
Never know that.
I remember
don't even really like knowing when my friends are going to do it. I just go ahead and take care of that business
There's
yourself.
a lot of people
One
on
of
the
my-
text board that are cool with it, though, that they say they would
my
go
God.
out
No,
with
that's
her.
so many people.
Yeah.
Like, where is she? I'm ready for this girl to be my wife at 78592.
You guys realize she might talk about her time of the month with the same
Yeah, but she's
freedom.
funny.
Are you excited
She's
for that?
Funny.
It's
She's got
funny.
a sense of humor, and
Is that
some
a sense of
people
humor?
like that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
I
funny
can't do
like
it,
the
but
first
good for
couple
her.
times, but imagine being on her 5 years from now. You've been dating for 5 years, okay? After 5 years, nobody's attracted to each other anyway. And then you have to sit there and listen to her continue to make these jokes. You're just like, okay, it's got to stop at some point. Another text in at 78592. This chick is amazing. She's funny, open, hot enough to pick up. This guy is a total tool. Another one that
I see it.
I bet she's as dirty in bed as her dirty mouth.
I
All right,
don't
but
think you want
listen.
that kind of dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a different kind of dirty.
It might be bad. But everybody texting in at 78592, there's not a lot of people that are ripping her for being so open about having to take a Tuesday in the middle of her date.
Second date that I've ever been scarred. Like, I will never, ever forget the term
It's definitely not the first one I've been scarred, but yeah, that's
so funny.
I still wish I was more like her. I mean, the first time I farted in front of my husband was one of the most embarrassing moments.
You
of my
told
life.
us you like eat on the toilet and keep the door open and talk to each other.
Yeah, but that's only with peeing, Lydia. Peeing is not gross.
But you still keep the door open and have chats with each
You're
other.
still sitting on the toilet eating food, talking to your husband, no matter what you're doing.
Don't worry, you're like her.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're exactly like this girl. Actually, you're probably worse.
Stay more closed, actually. That'd be more open.
You just wait. That is love right there, is what that is.
I don't know. I never want to be in love, then, that's for sure.